Yes,
Got it.
you're 1 minute behind. Just wait 2 more minutes, then we will start, inshallah.
Oh, in, absolutely.
Uh,
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
yes, Samsu, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Thank you. Thanks for asking.
All right. Yeah, Amit and I think Fatima. Is there anyone else joined?
Shaun is about to join. He's driving back home, so he should be home by another 5-10 minutes.
Okay.
Soon
Yeah.
he gets here, he's gonna join.
So yeah, let me introduce MD Alam here. MD Alam is a Java developer as well as SDET lead, and he's been teaching for a while, and he's been a developer for many years and very well experienced. And he also take the another Java class that's going on the other session. So he'll be the presenter, and we'll take the group session every Tuesday and Thursday from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So take advantage of this. Make sure you get every question you have from the classroom and get things going and understand what you know did not understand in the class.
Um,
And
is there any way, I know you're trying to make this group session on Tuesday and Thursday. Instead of Thursday, can you pick any other day? Like maybe Monday, Wednesday, if it's only if it's possible, because I'll be working on Thursday, so that's my only concern. But if you guys don't have any option, I completely understand.
so,
But
so what we'll do, we'll take a survey on the next coming class and
Mhm,
ask everyone like if it's fit for the majority of the
mhm.
students, then we'll take that into consideration. But at
Okay.
this moment, if you miss Thursday, you know, try to utilize it on Tuesday. In any case, if we are unable to do that, but
Mhm.
we'll try our best.
Okay. I mean, in the worst case scenario, we could always record the session and just put it up there. That way I'd be able to catch up, I guess.
That's
If
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, MD Alam, I'm gonna jump out, and it's all yours. And go on.
yeah, thank you very much, Samsu. So, all right. So, good afternoon. So, my actually, let me share my screen first. And can someone please confirm that you can see my screen? So you're
Yes,
supposed to see a black screen.
yes, we can see your screen.
All right. Thanks for confirming. All right. So let me give you some. Okay. So let me tell you about myself. So my name is Mohammed Alam, and I prefer going by Alam. So, but you can call me either Mohammed or Alam. I don't mind. I can hear some noise. Can you please mute yourself? All right. So yeah, so currently I'm working in Foot Locker as a lead automation engineer. Um, and previously I worked in Walgreens. I worked in Verizon, GCOM, Bunsey, and and some, I mean, few others. Even I worked like eight companies so far. So yes, so right now I'm working on Walgreens. I mean the Foot Locker, and I'm in Chicago. So as I mentioned, I am 1 hour behind from you guys. And right now I'm doing my MS in Loyola University, Chicago, in data science. And I did my computer science degree from Stony Brook University. I did my computer science associate from City University of New York. I did my associate in mathematics in City University of New York, and I did the diploma in computing from Melbourne University in Australia. Apart from that, I am Oracle certified Java programmer, and I took it from Oracle University. That's pretty much about me, and I will actually give you my contact information here. Um, Let me write my name and my contact information. And you can either call me and you can also email me. And also, let me find me in LinkedIn. Here I am. So, and that's pretty much about me. And also, you can, we have a group chat, right, in Hangout group chat that we are using. So, you are welcome to chat at any time. As you know, that is 24/7. So, and you can also call me. So, and email me, whatever you want. So, I'm available all the time. That's all. And I have given a list of students right here for this session. I believe few of you are joined. So why don't you introduce yourself? Just tell your name and what you're doing right now. Just in short, in 2 minutes. We can start with Fatima. Sister Fatima, can you please tell about yourself and what you are doing right now and why you are here? Yes, Fatima, can you hear me? All right, so let me call. So Amit, can you please go ahead and tell me about yourself?
Yes, my name is Amit. Well, I am currently enrolled in this class. We just got done with VB scripting. Now our next step is to like learn Java and Selenium. I guess you'll be like taking over along with Mr. Asan. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't have any IT experience, zero IT experience, but I'm here and I'm excited to learn as much as I can and take this forward. That's pretty much it. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for. Yes, actually, you are in the right place. So you have completed so far, as I know, UFT and some languages like VB scripting, as you mentioned, and few other tools, right? So now you are in Java class, and then Selenium will start. And I believe you are in full code, so you also have the web service and load runner and some other codes. So yeah, so bear with us. You will be fine, inshallah.
Absolutely. Thank you.
No problem. So can Fatima, can you hear me now? All right. So I can see Shaun. Can you please introduce yourself?
This is Shaun.
Yeah, I can barely hear you. Can you please talk a little louder?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Hi, this is Shaun. Actually, I did my bachelor from Business College of London, which is in UK, and I don't have any IT background at all. That's pretty much all.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Shaun. And I believe you also completed the UFC course, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So I have Shaun. How come I don't see your name here? One second.
It's Shakwat Hussein, not line number 14. Sean is it's in
Okay.
the
All right. So who else we have? So Fatima Al Gahaim. Um, do you have any problem with your? I mean, the speaker, or I'm not sure, but whenever you get chance, please knock me and please introduce yourself.
Oh, she just sent a message saying that her mic is not working.
Oh, okay. All right. So we can get back to her later. All right. So who else we have? I believe. So there was some confusion about the timing. I believe someone requested from for 8:30 and then 8 and then 8:15. So many things. So because we are this is a global class, right? So we are in a different time zone. So actually there is no fixed prayer time. So, right, I mean, the New York prayer time is different than Virginia prayer time, and my prayer time actually 1 hour. I'm actually 1 hour behind, so my prayer time will come after 1 hour. So it doesn't make sense. So there is no prayer time. So we can't just tell that please join after prayer. So it's better whenever you need to take a break, just tell me, or you can just go ahead and take 5-10 minutes break and come back. And anyway, the class we will record the class, and you are welcome to watch this class later. All right. So, Omid, can you please tell me what you have covered in the class so that I have some idea?
Oh yeah. So basically, we installed Eclipse, and then mm, uh, I don't know how to say that. Like we saved something along the line of my first Java project, and then under source, we created like a package, I believe, if I'm saying it right, and then we wrote our first line saying that we printed something saying "Hello World." That's it.
All right. Mm, that's great. So, is there any one of you who need help or installation like JDK and IntelliJ? Are you guys using IntelliJ or Eclipse? Did you install IntelliJ or Eclipse?
Eclipse.
Eclipse. Okay. So, is there anyone who needs help for the installation, who is still did not able to install JDK or IntelliJ, or who is still did not able to write the Hello World program? Oh, wow. So seems like everyone able to do that. I mean, if you guys are good with the installation, then I can proceed with some topics. But I mean, definitely, I want to help you guys for installation first. If any of you has any issue, all right. So if not, then let me open Eclipse. Actually, let me open IntelliJ. I have IntelliJ installed. But IntelliJ. So, do you guys have idea about JDK, JRE, JVM? Did did you get chance? I mean, did brother Tarek got chance to talk about the JDK? What is JDK? JDK. What is JRE?
And I don't think we yeah went over with this. Even if we did, it was very briefly.
Okay. So let me talk about a little about that. Actually, let me open this. Okay. So we all know that Java is a programming language. Right now, this is the one of the most powerful and popular programming language. And we also know that Java is an object-oriented language. So let me point it out here. And if we want to run Java program, we need to have JVM installed on our machine. So when I say Java program, it can be anything. Let me give you an example. If you, let's say, go to yahoo.com and let's say this ad right here. So some of these are based on, as you can see here, so this is a moving picture, right? And it can take input from user, right? So this ad, your machine needs to have JVM installed on your machine in order to play this program like this. And these are called applet. So JVM stands for Java Virtual Machine. And regarding JRE, so JRE stands for Java Runtime Environment. And there is a toolbox called JDK that you have installed in last class, which stands for Java Development Kit. So, so JVM is abstract and JRE is the implementation of JVM. And we don't need JDK to run Java application, but in order to, if we want to develop Java application, for example, if we want to write Java code, then we need to install JDK in our machine. And it provides all the libraries and necessary tools for developing a Java application. So these are three concepts you should know before moving to actual coding. I mean, it just for like in the interview, they might ask you, right, what is JDK and what version of JDK did you use in your previous workplace? So it's better to know something about these three terms. And then let's, so now you can just follow me. Okay, before I move to the coding, as you told me, you guys already able to print Java program, I mean the Hello World program. So I want to go over that again. So you can either follow me, or if you already your program is written in front of you, you can run it. Otherwise, you can just follow me, whatever I'm doing. So I am using IntelliJ IDEA, which is same as Eclipse. It's a different IDE. So I am just simply click. I will simply click on create new project and select Java right here. Click on next. Click on next again. And here, so every time you try to open a new project, you need to specify a project name, and the name can be anything. Just the first letter should be the capital letter, but it's not the convention though. But you can follow that. So in this case, let me write, let's say, first class or group session, and click on finish. And now I have a new project open in my IDE. So once you expand the project, you will see a directory called SRC, stands for source. So right click on source, click select new and select package. And here we will write a package name. And by convention, package name always be lowercase. So if I have any important point, I will note it down here so that you guys can remember that. So package name, So here, as you can see, every letter in this word are lowercase. So this is the convention of Java. So you can follow that. Let me write it down. Let's say the package name I'm mentioning here is a first class. And once you click on OK, you have one package created under source directory. Is there any question up to this point? All right. So now we have a project called group session, and we have a package called first class. So now right click on your package that we have created, select new, and click on Java class. Here we will write the name of the class, and by convention, this is convention though, this is not a rule, this is convention. So class name, so class name starts with a uppercase letter. For example, if my class name is, let's say, what to write, let's say hello world, so it should be written as H as capital, and W should be capital as well. So basically, every first letter of the word should be capital. So this is an example of a class name. So I am writing the class name here, same, and click on OK. And right now I have one class created under this package. So three concepts. This is called project, this is called package, and this is called class. Is there any question up to this point? So there is no question from anyone. Sharon, hello. Omid?
I think we're good at this point, yes.
So far, it's
All right.
okay.
All right. Is it hello? All right. So, so this, whenever in an IDE, whenever we create a class, this code is given to us. But if we do not use IDE, if we actually we can write program without IDE using simply Notepad or text edit or your favorite text editor. In that case, you have to write all this. But right now, the package statement is written for me. Since I'm using the IDE, it's created for me. Otherwise, I had to write it manually. And the first, the class definition. So this is called the class definition, the keyword public followed by the keyword class followed by the identifier, which is our class name, and followed by the two curly braces. So this can be referred as class definition. So this portion of code is already written for me since I used the IDE. Otherwise, I had to write this manually by myself. All right, so what we can do here. So inside of the class, so as I mentioned, Java is an object-oriented language. So it's all about classes. So in Java API, we have more than 4,000 classes that's built in. And apart from that, whenever we develop application, we have to write our own class. So we simply, you don't have to understand what is public right now. You don't have to understand what is class right now. We will start with hello world program, and slowly we will proceed further, and slowly we will know what each keyword is doing. So to write an hello world program in any Java application, we need to have a main method. So the main method is written as public static void main string argument. And here, so this portion of code, if I execute the application right now, it should print hello world for me, as you can see here. But right now, you don't have to understand what is public, what is static, what is void, what is, okay. So this is main method, as I mentioned, and you don't have to understand what's going on here. You don't have to understand what's going on here, and so on. This program is basically written. This is the start. I mean, the good. If you follow any book or if you go to any university, this is the starting point. Just printing hello world, just getting familiar or look and feel how it look like. So now what I want you to do, instead of printing hello world, just print your name. So in my case, for example, here, without touching the quotation mark, I will delete the hello world from here and will write my name and then execute the program. And as you can see here, so instead of hello world, now my name is printed. Can all of you do the same, please? And let me know if any of you did not able to do up to this point. Please let me know. So I have Omid, hello, Shaun. Is there anyone who did not able to print their name? I mean, I need to talk with you guys.
Yes.
Okay.
I was able to print my name.
All right. So yeah, please talk to me because I want to talk. I want to talk, and I want you to, I mean, talk actually more than me, because if you don't talk, if I ask question, I mean, and if you don't talk, it can indicate two things. I mean, if either you understood everything or you understood nothing. So you need to talk. Otherwise, I won't be able to understand at what point, I mean, stage you are in. All right. So we are good up to this point. So since brother Tarek did not cover anything else, so let me start. But the approach was whatever Tarek covered, I will repeat the same. But do you guys want me to cover some topic, or you want me? I mean, you want me to do? I mean, what do you guys want? Yes.
I guess, like, what would be our next step? Like, let's go over with a few things that we need to know, we must know in order for us to like succeed in this class. Like, give us the basic, foundation, so we could just, take this into next class and be able to learn better. That's what I would say.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So thanks for that. I can start. All right. So let me start with a data type. So right, today's date today is May 8th. So as I just want to remind you guys that whatever I write here, you don't have to take any note, because I will, at the end of the group session, you will be given this note. So don't worry about taking any notes from here, and also don't worry to take any notes from the coding, right? I mean, the Eclipse or IntelliJ, whatever I write, you'll be given. So just concentrate on the class and the session. You don't have to basically take any notes. But if you want to take some other note, you can take, but this will be given to you. That's what I want to tell. All right, so today is May 8th.
Hello.
Yes, who is that?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, this is Hilal.
Yes, hello. How are you?
Yeah, my name was shown as Fatima. That was my daughter. I just changed the name. I had some difficulty. I just played around and fixed the mic. So, sorry.
Okay. Yes, hello. Why don't you quickly introduce yourself and tell me like 2 minutes about what you are doing right now and why you are here?
Yeah, my background, I have a master in electrical engineering. Yeah, I wanted to learn Java and software, so I'm, learn the other side of hardware,
Okay.
Okay. That's it.
All right.
That's
Thank you a
about,
lot. And
you
sure. And I don't see your name. Okay. Actually, I saw
you
you.
see, hello, you see it?
Yes.
It's under Amit. I can know.
All right. All right. So we'll start with Java types. And today's date is, I always keep forgetting, it's May 8th. So May 8th, 2018. And this is group session 1. All right, so let's start. So I always start, or I prefer to start with Java types. So in Java, there are, I can hear some noise. If you are not talking, please mute yourself. All right. So Java types. So in Java, there are two kinds of types. One is called primitive type, and another one is called so we have two kinds of type in Java. One is called primitive type and one is called reference type. Sorry. Okay. So what is primitive type in Java and what is reference type in Java? So the reference type, when we say reference type, we are referring actually object. So what is object? We will come to that after, I believe, after 3-4 classes, we'll touch object. Before that, we will play only with primitive type. So what is primitive type and how many primitive types we have in Java? So in Java, we have 8 kinds of primitive type. So what are they? They are byte, then short, then int, then long, then float, then double, then we have char, and what else we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have boolean, and string also can be considered as primitive type, but is a special type in Java. So, but we have basically these 8 kinds of primitive type in Java. All right. So what byte is 8-bit. I'm coming what that means, but just follow me for now. So, and short is 16-bit. Int is 32-bit. Long is 64-bit. Float is 64-bit. Double also, actually float is 32-bit and double is 64-bit. Char is 16-bit. Boolean is 1-bit, and string string can be considered as object. So we have these 8 kinds of types in Java. So why we use type? Whenever we declare a variable, so Java is strongly typed. So whenever we declare a variable, we must mention that the type of that variable. What does that mean? That means, let's say I want to keep number 10 in my memory location, or in my RAM, in my computer, or in my program. I want to store number 10. So this I want to store. So if I want to store this number, I need to declare a variable, right? So what does variable mean? Variable means, let's say we all did in school, like x equals something, right? So x can be referred as variable here. So here x is a variable, but in Java you cannot directly tell that x equal 10. You must mention that the type of this variable. So that type can be one of these 8, right? So in this case, if I write byte x equal 10, now Java can recognize this statement, because x, the type of x is byte. So what is byte? So byte will take 8 bit from your memory location. From your memory, it will take exactly 8 bit. So what is the maximum value that a byte can store? A byte can store up to 127. So you cannot store, let's say, you cannot store 130 inside of a byte variable. It has to be up to 127. And in the negative, it can go up to 128. So basically, it's 128 to 127. This is the positive number. This is the negative number. Similarly, short, int, long, all of them has their own limitation. It can go.
Alam, quick
Yes.
question. So when you say they cannot take more than minus 120 to 127, like what do you exactly, like 120 would beat byte, like, or like 3 characters? What do you exactly mean by that?
Okay, so so you have 8 bit, right? So 8 bit means, so in 1 bit you can store either 0 or 1. So these are 2 binary values. So the 8 bit will look like this. All right. So this is now 8 bit right here, right? So this is a binary number. So, and the value of this number is 127. So but in Java class we will not go that far. This is beyond. This is not part of course. But since you asked the question, I am just giving you some hints. So in decimal number we have 0 to 9. So we are using 0 to 9, right? In our daily life. But in computer, the number starts from 0 and ended in 1. That means it has only 2 numbers. But in decimal we have 10 numbers, right? So in 8 bit, in like 8, it has 8 digits, right? So in 8 digits, the number, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is equivalent to 0. So decimal 0 equivalent to binary. This is the binary number. So how you can write number 1? So number 1 can be written as this. So this is number 1 right here. And number 2 can be written as like that. So these are called binary number. And as you can see, we have 8 bit here, right? So so if you have 8 bit, as I told you, one byte is equal to 8 bit, right? So in 8 bit location, the maximum number can hold is 127. So let's say, as an example, just to clarify more, if I tell you I have just 2 space, let's say this. Let's say this is decimal. I have 2 space here. So what is the maximum number you can fit here, brother Amit? Just using decimal number, what is the maximum number you can fit? Yes, brother Amit, can you please answer it?
8.
No, using decimal number. So the decimal number starts from 0 and ended and end with 9, right?
Oh, so 10. I'm sorry, 10 of them.
So what is the, if I have two space, let's say I can keep here 1, I can keep here 2, I can keep here like 3, I can keep here 4, anything, right? So
Oh,
what is
like
the
that.
maximum value you can keep inside
2,
of this?
2
2?
values.
No, the total, I mean, let's say this is 12, right? This is 12, right? And I can also keep 50, right?
Oh, so 127.
I have only two space here. One
Okay.
space, two space. What is the maximum value I can fit here using decimal number?
9.
9. Okay.
Here's
And
9.
then 9. Excellent.
9 again. Yep.
Got it.
Excellent. So the maximum number I can fit here is 99. Can I keep 100? Can I keep 101? No, right? Because I have limitation. I have only two space, and the maximum number I can fit is 99. Am I correct? In the same way, so for the binary, whenever we talk about binary, so we have 8 space, right? And the maximum value of a binary number is 1. Am I correct? So if we write all ones like that, so this is equivalent to 127. All right. So okay, you don't have. I mean, please don't. You don't have to understand this right now. I mean, and this is not part of the course. This is just for fun. Just concentrate on the primitive type. So we have 8 kinds of type, primitive type in Java. So, and as I gave you some hints, every primitive type has a limitation. What is the maximum number it can fit? So now in the real life scenario, let me move to IntelliJ idea, and let's see how that works. So now, as I told you, if I want to store number 10, I cannot simply tell number 10, right? And I'm giving I have given some error here, right? So I must declare a variable. Let's say x equal 10, right? So, and still we are getting error here because I never mentioned that what type the x is. So I must mention one of the type from here, right? So if I now mention, let's say byte, if I start with byte, now I have no complaint here, right? But still I'm getting some error here because it has to be under one statement. And how in a statement look like? You have to, the statement ends with a semicolon. So if I provide a semicolon here, now this is a complete statement. So now what's going on here? So number 10 is stored inside of x, right? So what is this then? Okay, so let me copy this. So let me analyze that statement. And so here, so this, right? So byte. So this word byte is called a primitive type in Java. So what is x? X can be called as variable, right? And what is the equal sign? Equal sign is the assignment operator, right? So what does this assignment operator does? So this operator is actually, I am assigning number 10 inside of x variable, inside of a variable called x, using the assignment operator. And this is the this indicates that this is a statement, right? So are we clear about this statement? Who has confusion? Any question?
I have confusion.
Yes, please. So what is your question?
No, I didn't get the whole thing yet.
Okay. So yes, this we did this a lot in school, right? So I mean, how about this? Who has confusion about this? X equals 10.
I have a question that maybe will make it easier. Now, what if you define x to be an integer? Do you still have to define it otherwise, like a byte or anything? Or
You want
hello?
to, I mean, declare it as integer, you mentioned?
Yeah, the number. Then we don't have to do like if it's a byte or.
You want to, so you want integer here? You want, I mean, you want me to write integer here?
Yes.
I mean, like this?
Yeah, whatever. And do you have to write the whole thing or just int, right?
Yes. So so int also is a type here, right? We just we have written here, right? So int is also one type,
Okay.
right?
Yes. I see it. Yeah.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I didn't see.
So,
I missed
and
it.
okay, yeah, I mean that's fine. So you have to mention one of this. It can be byte, it can be short, it can be int. So we have since byte is it started with byte. I'm giving example with byte,
Yes.
right? So
Can I
now
can I jump
so
can
now
I
let
can
me
I jump in?
can I what?
Can I jump in?
Yeah,
Can I
sure.
say something? Okay, so Sean.
Yes.
Okay, so it's basically like you did in a UFT, right? VB scripting. You declared a variable. After you declared a variable, let's say you say dim I, right? So I is your variable, and when you say I and then you say I equal to 2 or
Whatever.
1, right? So you're assigning a value for I, right? Or it's initializing a value for I. So that's exactly what is going on right here. I guess I'm not wrong. Please stop me if I'm wrong, Alom. So it's basically
No, I mean yeah, I mean you were right. Okay, yeah, please go ahead if you want.
yeah. So like that's it, basically it. Like over here in Java, I think you do it differently than UFT. So you say in UFT dim is equal to I J or whatever, like string browser, and then you enter, and then you say okay, I is equal to 1 or 2 or something like that. It's the same thing over here happening.
Okay, I got it.
Does that make sense now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank
All right, thank you.
Okay, so Sean, let me tell you one more time. So you are very familiar with this, right? As we did this a lot in school, right? X equals 10 or X equal 1, right? In our math class, we did this a lot, right? Y equal 2,
whatever.
and then they used to ask us, so what will be X plus Y? And we used to answer as 3. Am I correct?
Yep.
So this we are familiar. So we are doing exactly same here. X equal 1, X equal 1, and X equal 1. So additionally, we just have added a variable. So this is called variable, right? Additionally, now we have to mention a type. What kind of variable is this? And that is all. If you understand up to this point, you are good to go. We just have added
Now
a
I understand.
variable type. Okay, sure. Yeah, please stop me if I am too fast, or also please stop me if I am too slow. All right. So now we have understanding of the type. Now let me try to keep. So who can tell if is it possible or not? Can I keep 200 in X? By the way, this is now commented. So if I take out the comment, so is it possible?
No, because it's not, because
127.
value is 127.
Exactly. So 127 is the maximum number we can keep inside of X. So if I take out the comment now, I'm getting error because it says this number will not fit in this variable. So the maximum number will fit, as I noted here, is what was it?
127.
127, right? So let me write 127 here. Now my IDE is not complaining anymore. Let me try 128. Again, it's not possible. It cannot fit the allocation, the X. Whenever we told that byte X from your RAM or memory location, it allocates some space, and the space can fit up to 127. There is no way you can keep more than 127.
Question.
So the maximum number, sure.
Oh, okay. I'm just curious. Okay. Okay. Instead of saying x equal to 127 or putting any number, right? Can we put a x equal to any kind of string, right? Can we do that, or you're
No.
just giving example for? No.
No. It just has to be number. It cannot be anything else.
Got it.
It has to be pure number, as I mentioned here.
Okay.
The byte cannot be anything except this.
Okay. Got it.
It can be my negative 128 to 127. So let me try to keep negative 128, right? As it promised that I can keep, the byte is telling that I can keep negative 128. So let me try with 129. Again, it says I cannot fit this number, right? So 128 is the maximum negative number I can keep inside of the byte variable. All right, so now let me try the next one. It says short. So the short can store, I believe, okay, let me open the Java primitive type. From Oracle documentation. So this Oracle documentation, this Oracle Java documentation will be your friend. You will back and forth to this documentation again and again whenever you learn Java programming, right? So Java is a product of Oracle, and Oracle has its own documentation for Java, and you will get all the references, all the any question you have, just Google Java and just mention that Oracle documentation, and you will get the proper information. So as I told you, byte can hold from 128, negative 128 to positive 127. In short, the maximum number it can hold is 32,767, right? And this is the negative value. So now let me try to keep this number inside of a short.
Hey, hello?
Yes.
Hello? Yeah, I just recall, I Googled and I know we took this, you were talking about negative 128 to 127. We took it back in school. And since you have, 8 bits and 2 combinations, 0 and 1. So if you do 2 to the 8th power, it gives you 256, right? So 256 is the range from minus 128 to 127.
Okay, so here, as I mentioned, so we are not considering the first number. We are considering the 7 position after after the first digit. So if every one of these will be 1, what will be the maximum value?
Say that again.
So if we provide 1, so what is the value of this? 1, 1, 1. So what is the decimal value of this number?
2 to the 7, right?
Yes. So it should be 127, right?
Yes.
Is it? Okay. So this is 127, and so this digit right here, this is called 2's complement. So this digit right here indicates this sign. That means if I provide 1 here, now this is a negative number.
Yep.
So if the first digit is 0, that means it's a positive number. If the first digit is 1, that means it's a negative number. Right? And this digit can represent up to 127. So that is the reason we can keep up to 127, and the negative value is up to 128. Right? But we don't have
Which in
to
total
go
is
through all this.
Yes.
You are saying it's 256?
Yes. The range from minus 128 to 127.
Yes. The range from 127 to negative 128 is 256. Yes, you are correct.
All right.
Okay. So in the same way, now let's say I want to declare a short variable. Now let me put it in comment. So who can tell if can I keep negative 128 inside of the short this variable? Can I keep 128 here?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, because it can handle it, right? It can handle
Yeah.
up to a big number, right? 32,000 something, right? So
32,000 something.
let me yeah. So let me copy it and paste it here. Obviously, we cannot keep comma in the number. And now let me take the comment out. Now it's saying that yes, this is correct. So let me try with 67, 68. Right? It's not possible because the maximum number it can take is up to 32,767, and it also has its maximum negative value. So in the same way, we have int, long, float, double, right? So these four, the first four is the pure integer number, the whole number. This float and double is the you can actually give the what's called the decimal value, right? So before I go there, let me give you example for int x3 equal, let's say, a number. Then we have long x4, let's say, a number. Then we have float x5. So this float can keep a decimal value, let's say 1.1. Here we cannot keep 1.1, right? Can we keep 1.1 here? No, it has to be the whole number. We cannot keep decimal after the whole number. But float will allow you to keep the decimal value after the whole number, right? I'll explain that later. Let me write declare a double variable. So let me call it x6. And basically I can keep here also the decimal value after the whole number, right? So far we have covered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So these 6 primitive types handle with numbers. Then we have char, then we have boolean and string, right? So what char store? So char means is a shorthand for character that can store a single Unicode character, right? So let me declare a char here. Char x7 equal, let's say, a single value, a single character. So I can keep, excuse me, I can keep a single character inside of char variable. So right now this variable is declared as char. And what I can keep inside, I can keep a single character, right? And what else we have? We have boolean and string. So what boolean can hold? So as I mentioned here, boolean is 1 bit, right? So it can store either true or false. So boolean x8 equal, let's say I can tell 2, right? And it can be false. So these two values can be kept inside of the boolean variable. And we have a string that can hold the actual string, the numbers of character, string x9 equal, and string always has to be under quotation mark, right? And now you can keep anything inside. Let's say Java is fun. So right now this is a string, and that can be kept inside of a string variable. So these are called primitive type in Java. And let me note it down here. Okay. So this, so who has question up to this point? Are you guys clear up to this point? The point is Java is strongly typed, you must declare a type before before the variable name, and you cannot keep the you are allowed to keep only the value it can store. Let's say for byte, the number it has to be the whole number, and and there is a limitation. The maximum can be 127, minimum will be 120. I mean, the negative value can be up to 128, and it cannot be a decimal number. Let's say I cannot tell 128.1. It has to be the whole number. So that is the whole concept of the primitive type. So who has question up to this point? Who has question and who did not able to understand?
Can you explain number 15 because you put 1.1 and F after that?
Okay, so float and double both can keep the decimal. I mean the decimal value after the whole number, right? So in float, so whenever you keep, these are called literal. Whenever you keep a value, want to store a value inside of your RAM, this F indicates that this is a float value. If you do not indicate F, this number will be considered as double. So it's just for the internal reason that it's for the compiler. We are actually helping compiler to inform that this value, please consider this value as float, not not double. And float, whatever float can store, double can store double of that number. I mean the decimal number. So we don't have to go deep into that. Just know that whenever we use F after a decimal value, that will be considered as float. Also, we will keep one more thing in mind. So from here, we will not see all of them, I mean, frequently. Basically, we will deal with int. This is the important one, double, important one, and this string. And we will also need boolean, also need char. So basically, here from important one is this 4 and this int right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we will be dealing with these 5 type, these 5 kinds of type a lot, and we will really, I mean, we will even, I mean, very rarely we will see the remaining 4: byte, short, long, and float. So did I answer your question, Amit?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, okay, no problem. So now, is there any other question from primitive type?
No.
All right. So, all right. So now we have clear understanding of primitive type. So now let me, can you guys do the same in your computer? Just declaring all kinds of, I mean, all these types, or you have already did that? Did you already, I mean, have you already done this by following me?
No, I'm not doing it at all.
I did.
I mean, why don't you quickly do it? I mean, if you do it with me, if you find any difficulties, then I can help you.
Okay.
Quick question while they're doing it. Now the decimal, how many number can you put after the decimal? Is there a limit to it?
Yes, there is a limit. So the maximum number can be capped, as I know, is okay. You are talking about double, right? So let me check it here. So is a 64-bit IE 54 floating point. So this is a standard that follow this IEE. So this is actually a term that's a standard that they are following. So basically, when you convert this number to binary number, in binary there is no decimal. In binary there are only the 0 and 1, right?
Yes.
So if your computer is 32-bit, it can take up to 31 decimal value after the let me think about it. It can be, I believe, okay, so it's 32, right? Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I have 32 numbers here, right? So here in decimal, so first will be the sign, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this 8 will be considered as the number, and this number will be considered as the decimal value. But as I mentioned, we don't have to go up to that far.
Yeah, I just want to know.
We are not dealing with this.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Okay. Right. So can you guys please do this at least, and then print all these values. So what I want, declare these 9 types of bytes. I mean nine types of primitive types, and print them. I can hear some noise. If you are not talking, can you please mute yourself? So all we have to do, we have to declare this these 9 kinds of primitive type, and we have to print them.
Did you say frame them or print them?
I mean, declare all this and then print it. Print means you have to tell system dot like this, system dot out dot print line.
Hello, I just joined right now. Just wondering, what are you guys doing?
Who is that?
Selena.
Hi, Selena.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, thank you.
Yes.
Looks like
Yes,
you guys are writing some scripting or coding, or just giving example.
All right. So far we have we did the Hello World program. We have printed Hello World in the console.
Okay.
And now we are learning primitive type.
Okay.
I can hear some noise.
Built
I can hear
in.
some noise.
Sorry. Yeah.
All right.
Is it
right.
clear now?
So yeah.
Is that much better?
Sure. So
okay, those are the one that you have. Those are built-in command, correct? Byte short. So those.
No, these are called primitive type in Java. Just what I want you guys to do, just declare all this, and then we have to print it in the console. But what each of these are doing, I can repeat quickly, but please, after the session, please also watch the video so that you will have the better understanding. So in Java, we have these 8 kinds of primitive types, and each type can handle a limited number. Let's say byte can be stored a number from -128 to +127, and we cannot keep number beyond that. And I have given some note here, and this note will be given after the session ended. So this 8 primitive type can be stored some limited number, and you cannot store, let's say you cannot declare a string inside of a byte. So that is the concept.
Got it. I have a quick question. Thank you. I have a quick question. So this is supposed to be a group session, kind of looks like you're giving new information, correct? But I thought group session are supposed to be kind of like review and what we already learned. And I know first day being the very short and everybody had to set it up. So it sounds like this group session's more, you're giving out more information, correct?
So
More
Selena,
like a class.
you have, oh, okay, Selena, so you joined late, right? You just joined now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, so we have reviewed everything, and I asked everyone, we in the group session will only show you whatever we have covered in class and no other information, no
Got
new
it.
information.
Okay. As long as, yeah,
Okay.
as long as that's what
But
I wanted to
student,
understand.
but student requested me, can we have, I mean, can we see some other information
it.
so that we
Okay.
can follow it in the next class?
Got it. So, but that's because the student requested. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I'm on the same pages as everybody else, because I know like last session that we did for
and
UFT,
yeah,
it was
sure.
different.
Yeah, no problem. And please try to join on time so that you will have all the information.
Yeah. Okay. And you're going to be, so it sounds like this group session is going to be recorded, correct?
Yes, it's
Okay.
getting recorded now.
Okay. Great. Thank you.
No problem.
Hey, you got a question?
Sure.
Can you go to the other screen, please?
Yeah. When I type our string, does it have to be capital, the S, or because it's giving me an error? Oh, okay.
What is that? I'm sorry.
For string, you have to, the S has to be a capital because I uppercase, so I didn't put an uppercase and it gave me an error, so I just fixed it. For string, yeah, if you define it, the S has to be an uppercase.
Oh yes, so string is a class in Java.
Yes.
And as I mentioned, the class name will start with S. So yes, so string. So this has to be the first letter of this word has to be a capital.
Yeah, because it was giving me an error, and I was like, why? And then I changed it. Now, you want us to print each variable, or you just print?
No, I want you guys to print all this so that, I mean, you will have understanding of how it works, how you can print new value. I mean, the variable. So let me print one for you guys. So if I want to print x1, so simply I can do it. I can do that with println statement. So system.out.println, whatever we mentioned here. So I'm basically doing the same. So I can tell x1. And if I now execute the program, we will see that 127 is printed because the variable, this x1 is holding 127, right? So this got printed here.
Oh, another thing that I noticed, you didn't put a quote around the x1, because if you put a quotation mark, it only print the variable, not the number.
I am not clear about your question. So
no, you see how? Yeah. When I tried it twice, if I put a quotation mark around the x1, it only prints the x1, not the value. But if you just put a parenthesis, it prints the value.
Okay. So do not put quotation mark here. So right now this is considered as a string, right? So right now this is considered as a string. It's not a variable right now. So if you do not use the quotation mark, then this will be considered as a variable, right? Since we have it, we have x1 here. So this is known. This is known as a variable, right? If I comment this line, now the compiler does not have any knowledge about x1. It doesn't know what x1 is. Since we have declared a variable called x1, and now it can be recognized as a variable, and we can use it anywhere in our program, right?
Yeah.
You got your answer? Okay. Sure.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, it's just in the beginning I put a quotation and just printed the variable. Then I remove the quotation and I get the value.
Exactly. So previously whatever you did, so you actually have tried like that, right?
Yes.
You tried this, right? So this is same as this, right? This is same as the hello world, right? So instead of hello world, you have written x1 instead of hello world, right? You can name you can write your name or anything here, right? Whatever you write inside of the quotation mark will be considered as string,
right?
So and whenever you declare a variable, you can use that variable in your program.
I guess we only can do that if we use the string. How about X9? And same thing with X9. It's the same, right?
X9, right? So you can, if I write X9 here, what's gonna happen?
You're gonna get Java is fun, right?
Yes. So Java is fun to be printed.
Yeah.
Arfad, I don't know why am I getting it wrong. I typed exactly the way you typed it, but it's I'm getting all this funny character.
Can I? So I mean, can you share your screen?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So what do you have here? You have primitive type.
I'm getting
Java
the
is
same
fun.
error.
Okay. What is the error? So did whenever pick. So if you comment out, I mean, can you comment from line 10 to line 21?
Oh, okay.
Anyway, you can do Control Z later.
20. Sorry, you said 10 to line 21.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now execute the program.
I'm sorry.
Can you run the program?
Run as this one, right? Java application.
Yes. So you are getting the same error, right? So this is not related to your the primitive, whatever code you have written. That is not related to this. Number one. Number two is this is not error. These are some warning. All right. So you can actually skip those. You don't have to worry about this warning.
Wait, so, I mean, I didn't get that. Can you please explain again?
So whatever the red line you are seeing in your console,
you
those are
talking about
not
this one?
error.
Oh,
Yeah, this is not error. This is not error. This is warning. So you can simply avoid those.
Yeah, no. I wasn't talking about this. I was talking about something that had something funny next to the numbers over here, some faces or whatever was that earlier.
Okay, so take out the comment and let me see again.
Yeah,
Just
right
select everything and control and forward slash.
Control / Okay.
Again. Oh, okay. So since you have line 11, right? You don't have the comment, so it's getting confused.
Oh, okay.
So put comment on line 20, line 11, and then try the same.
Control /
Oh, again, line 9, you don't have comment, right? Okay, just do it manually. You know what? Do it manually.
No. All right. Let me learn this right there.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, that's why I want actually IntelliJ. If you now it's working.
Yeah. Oh, so it does that. Okay, I didn't know that.
Okay.
So
and comment out this.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the question exactly?
Right there. I don't know what it is. The value of the local variable x4 is not yet.
Okay. So you have declared, let's say consider line 11. It says by x1. Okay. Consider line 12. It says short x2 equal some number, right? So this x2 you have never used in your program. You just have declared it, but you have never used it, right?
Okay.
So that's why he's saying, why did you declare this value if you don't need it? So it's not error. It's like a suggestion, right?
Oh.
So okay, let's say let's consider line number 11. So you declared a variable called x1, and you also used that variable in line 21.
Oh,
so
got
why you have no, yeah, and that's why you have no arrow there, or no, I mean, no that yellow sign there, right?
Oh,
So that is all.
okay. If I do that, all right, I gotta copy this. Okay, got you.
Is there anyone who needs help or who got to start? So, Amit, yes, in the same way, print all the variables that you have declared.
Yes, sir.
All right. Is there any question from anyone else?
3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Thank you.
All right, no problem. So, Amit, I'm taking,
Yes,
I'm
please.
making myself presenter.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. All right, so let me do the same. Right, so if I now execute the program, all this should be printed on my console, right? And we have total 9 kinds of types here that got printed in my console, right? So now, if everyone able to do that, let me show you how can we use some of the additive operator. So now, if I declare 2 integer, let's let me take it out. So let's say int x equal 100, and I have int y equal 200, right? And then now can I say, who can tell that if it is a valid information or not? Can I say int z equal x plus y? Do you think that this is a valid statement?
Yes.
Okay, and then what will be the value of z?
300.
300. So what this is actually doing, so that is the reason. So what is the benefit of storing a value inside of variable, right? Using assignment operator, we are assigning number 100 inside of this variable, right? So now what is the advantage? We can use this variable anywhere in our program. Whenever we say x, this will be evaluated as 100, right? So now, if so, you said this is a valid statement. So now, if I print z, then 300 should be printed. Yes, I have 300. Now, who can tell me that what will be printed if I write what
100,
will be printed as x?
100,
100.
100. Okay, let me try it. Okay, it's just 100. Actually, let me. I can put here. I can using the concatenation sign. I can add something else instead of my print line function. Let's say if I tell here x equal, so this will be considered as a string, right? So now if I print this, it says x equal 100, right? now if I have x is 10, so y is 2.
Why? Sorry. Why do you have to put a line 40? Why do you have to put the plus sign over here? It's something that you have to do.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is a value itself, right? So now, as I mentioned, it's called concatenation. You want to add something with it, right? Let's say you want to tell, yeah. So let's say you want to print your name. So let's say my name is MD. So now I cannot simply put like this. I have to use quotation marks since it's a string. Again, there is a conflict. You have to add a additive sign. This is called additive sign in Java. So right now we have two types. So this will be considered as a string, and this will be considered as a variable, right? So whenever you want to add multiple things, you have to add plus sign.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, we did that in a VB script. We put an n% sign.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Just ask me if you have any kind of confusion. Please ask me so that I can explain.
All right, thank you.
All right. So if I execute the program now, so I have line 40 here. If I execute my program now, what will be printed? X equal, and then what value will be printed? Who can tell?
Oh, it's gonna print as x equal space 100.
100. Okay. So if I execute the program now.
Oh no, sorry.
X equal 10.
Sorry, 10. Yeah, because.
Yeah, because of what? Because of why?
Because you declared an
new variable.
New variable, yes.
Exactly. So since not variable, I'm sorry. So that answer is not correct. So I did not declare any variable. I reassigned a value into the same variable I previously declared. So when we can tell that we have declared, whenever we have a type followed by a variable, that means this is called a declaration, right? So this will be considered as declaration. In the next group session, I will explain it more after the class, outside of the class. I will explain more what is assignment, what is declaration, what is instantiation, so that I'll go more deep into it. But for now, just understand that this is called declaration. Whenever you have a type followed by a variable, that will be considered as declaration. Okay. So what we are doing here, we are using the same variable that we have previously declared, and we are reassigning a new value into it. So now x will be considered as, will always be considered as the last statement. So here the last statement is line number 35. So x, the memory, so from the memory location now 100 got erased, and instead of 100 now we have 10, right? So now can you tell me if I print system, so I have system dot out dot print line z, right? So if I print this line, 1 second, on the program, who can tell what will be printed here?
Well,
are you sure?
Yep.
Okay.
I think it will be x plus y plus.
12, see, it says 300. Now, can you explain me why this is not 12? Why this is 300?
Because x equal to 100 plus y equal to 200.
Because you use a z. Z has a variable of x plus y, so it's actually pulling from the top. And after that, what you declare for x and y, you didn't declare anything for z, so it's pulling the previous information.
Exactly. Excellent. Yes. So whenever I execute this program, so the compiler reading the code from line by line, right? It's coming from first line, second line, third line, right? So here it got x equal to 100, y equal 200, and it got z equal 300. So now the value of variable z is 300, right? And here I have changed the value of x and y, but the value of z is still 300, right? And for that reason, it got printed. This is got, the 300 is printed for z. Now, if I tell this line, let's say z equal, if I take out this line and put that line in line number 38, now the story will be different, right? So now what will be the value?
12.
Be 12. Okay, it's 12. So how about now?
Will be 12.
Still 12?
It should conflict.
Why should conflict?
No, I think it's 12. Because that's gonna erase the previous data, right?
Right.
It's gonna be 12.
How about 312?
Okay. Yeah, it should be 12. So because we are updating the value for z here, that's why the updated value will be printed. All right. So now we have knowledge of this additive operator. Now let me. We have 25 minutes more. Let me go back to my Blackboard. So I refer it as Blackboard. You can call this as same. So today we have learned Java primitive type, and I would like to show you Java keyword. If we go to the Oracle documentation, we have this keyword, right? So these are called Java keyword. Actually, let me copy it and paste it to my Blackboard right here. So, and one second. So before I do this, let me tell you. So Java is a very small language and very easy to learn. Whatever you are seeing here. So these are the total keywords in Java. If you see the Hello World program that we have written in our IDE, right here. So here we have used public, the keyword package, class, static, void. So these byte short, these are called keywords, right? And you will find all these keywords here. And these are the complete list of Java keywords. So once you will get familiar, so far what we have seen here, from here, we can check, right? We have seen byte, we have seen char, we have seen class. What else we have seen? We have seen float. We have seen int, long. What's that?
Public.
Public, yes. Did I miss public? Yes, we have seen public. Yeah, here. We also have seen package, right? We have is line number 1, right? Package. We have seen that here, right here, package. What else? What else we have seen? Static. We have seen. So we almost. I mean, 1/3 of Java keyword we are already familiar with, right? So we will be fine, I believe. So and after 5 weeks, all of you will become Java programmer, inshallah. So we'll be fine.
I have a quick question about your Blackboard. Is this something we all have it, or how do I get to the Blackboard? You're just using it.
You don't have to use it. I use it. This is my style. So whenever I take class, I keep all the notes, and I provide the notes after the class. And definitely you don't have to take any notes from here because you'll be given this after the class.
But what if I want the Blackboard? Yeah, what if I want the Blackboard? How do I go about doing that?
Oh, okay. This is not called Blackboard. Actually, I named it. So this is called Sublime Text. If you want to install Sublime, you can just Google it and you can install it. It's an editor.
Okay. Okay, got it. Thank you.
No problem. So let me note it down here. Import, we know, public, right. Okay. All right, so this is called Java keyword and Java primitive type, right? So this is called Java primitive type. Let me take it out from here. Let me do some organized. This is primitive type. And there are two types in Java, as I mentioned in the earlier of the session. One is called primitive type and one is called reference type. We will come to this point after a few classes whenever Brother Tariq will cover. This is all about object. And let me also give you knowledge of the Java operator. So for the operator, let's go to the Oracle documentation. So these are called the operator, right? So in Java, we have this operator. So far, what we have used this assignment operator, right? To assign a value, we have used it here, right? Exactly this one, right? So this can be referred as assignment operator, right? And what else we have seen here? Anything else? We have used this plus sign, right? This is called the additive sign, right? And what else we have used? And nothing. And that is all for now. So these are the complete list of Java operators, right? So you can refer it here. I can actually keep this URL of here so that you have some note. Java operator. And let me point it out here. So we have knowledge of Java operator, and this is part of today's session. And what else? And we know actually number one should be Hello World program, right? So Brother Tarek completed installing JDK and IDE in your machine, and you able to successfully print. You successfully printed Hello World program, and today we covered that. Additionally, based on your request, I have covered Java primitive type, Java keyword, and Java operator. So you have some knowledge of Java primitive type in advance. You have some knowledge of Java keyword, and you have some knowledge of Java operator, right? And I don't want to give you more information because it's gonna be more. Instead, I will take some questions from you guys so that I can answer it. Is there any question from anyone regarding any topic that we have covered?
If you can quickly, the last part that you covered with the programming, the x, the z equal x plus y. Go back to the program.
Here?
The last part, the last one. Yeah, because every time you change the z equal to, and then you print a different number. Can you go over it quickly, if you don't mind?
I didn't understood your the last part.
No, you know
voice
how
is kind
like
of
you
breaking.
sometimes you print 300 and sometimes you print 30, right?
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
You are asking why that happened?
Yes.
Okay. So here, as you can see here, right? Int. So let me take everything out. Let me start from beginning, right? So let's say I have two variables. One is x equal 1,
Right.
and another variable is x y equal 2, right? So if I now print x plus y, system.out.println, let's say x plus y. If I now execute this program, what will be printed on my console?
3.
3. So 3 is printed, right? Now my question to you is, if I now print the program, what will be the answer? 1 second. 3, 4. Let me take out this. Now, can you tell me if I execute this program, what will be printed?
I'm assuming 7.
Why?
Oh no, but that thing is after hold on.
Yeah, 7.
7?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
7 because you reassign the value x.
I mean, who is that, Selena?
Yes.
So yes, so you were saying 7, right? So, but I reassigned. That is true. But did I reassign after this line, right? So this line will be printed, and then the compiler will go to line number 37, right? So compiler will execute line 32 first, and then after printing the result, then it will execute this line, right? So why it should be 7? Shouldn't it be 3? What do you think?
I'm
Yes.
thinking 3. Do you have
Selena.
Actually, yeah, I kind of lost it.
No, you don't have to. I mean, just concentrate again. So line number 27 and line number 28, and we have line number 30, and then we have 2 other lines, right? So consider this. So here we can see that. So this line will be executed as this is the beginning of the compiler will execute this line first, and then it will execute this line, and then it will print this line. I mean, execute this line, right? So up to this point, what is the value here? What will be printed? What
3.
is equal to this?
Up
So
to
this equal to
30
3, right?
is 3.
Is 3, right? Yeah. So 3 will be printed here. Now after printing 3, it will execute line number 32, but that will not affect this, right? This already got printed. Am I correct? It's already got printed. So this line will not affect this line at all. Am I correct? So now if I execute the program, as you can see 3 here, also you said 3, but if I copy this line and paste it here, what will print now? So now there will be 2 print line statement, right? So what
Now it will
this line
print
will
7.
print?
Oh, okay. Yeah, got it.
You actually,
Now what will be the value?
it would be 7 now because after the declaration, you have to say it which you want the system to print.
Exactly. So now if I print the program, it says 3 and 7, right? So if I, who can tell what will be the first line now and what will be the second line here?
Five.
Go ahead.
5, the second line.
What will be the result?
3 and 5.
3 and 5, yes.
3 and 5.
Yeah.
Any other answer from anyone else?
The first line should print as 3, and the second line wouldn't even print.
Not print
No,
because
it should
what?
be 5. It should be 5. 3 and 5.
We'll probably go back to the previous one, whereas y equal 2. So x equal, it will probably print, no, because you already printed that one, right?
I think 3 and 5.
I think it's 3 and 5.
3 and 3. Okay.
Why 5?
So I got 3. So I got answer from you 3 and 3, and someone said 3 and 5, and someone said nothing will be printed.
I mean, no, nothing. No, the first line will print as 3, and the second line wouldn't print. Second line.
Okay, the second line will not print. Okay.
Yeah.
So second line will not be printed. So I got 3 answers from you guys. Any other? And is there anyone who wants to change the mind? Who wants to change your mind?
I want to change my mind.
Okay. So what is the new value?
It will be, I think it's 3 and 5.
Okay. So you want to change your mind. It's now 3 and 5. So this is more popular answer. So let me try it now. And you are right. So 3 and 5, right? So x equal to 1, but x got updated here. So x will be 3, right? So 3 plus, what is y? Y is 2. So 3 plus 2 is 5, right? So this 5 right here. And how about this 3? This 3 is simple, right? X plus y, which is 1 plus 2. Right? Is there any confusion?
Got it. No, got it. Thank you.
No problem. So now if I print, so now Selena, can you tell me what will be printed here in the third line? So what is the value of line number 40? Can Selena tell me?
6.
6.
Because first one is, yeah, y you declare as a 2, and then second one you declare, or it would be 6 or 8.
8. I think it's 8.
So you said 6.
I would say 8. I would say 8 because first one would already print, and second one you just declare, so it would be y plus y is a 4 plus 4. 8.
Excellent. Yes. So y is 4, right? So this 2 is already got erased, right? Now the value of y is 4. So y plus y will be 8. So let me try.
Yep.
8, right? And how about if I tell minus x, and here x equal, let's say, x plus 3. So who can tell what is the value of 941?
4.
4.
You sure?
4.
4. Okay, so let me
Shouldn't
analyze
that
it,
be
right?
5?
So
No.
let me analyze. So what is the value of y?
Y is 4.
So
Y
y
plus
is
4 is 8.
4.
8.
4 plus 4, and then
Then,
And, yes. And x is 1 plus 3, right?
yeah.
what is x?
1 plus 3.
1. So this x is 1, right?
Yes.
1. So what is, so then x will be what?
1 plus 3. 4, yeah.
Okay, 4, right? Okay. So what is the result of this?
4.
4. Is there anyone who disagree with this? Okay. So if not, now let me try it. And this is 4. You are right. You guys are right. Right? So what I'm doing here, so we are just playing with some variable, right? So this can be, I mean, you can do however you like, right? So we can reassign the value, but one thing you have to keep in mind that once a variable is declared, you cannot use the same variable. Let's say here I cannot tell int x equal 5. Who can tell that why I'm getting error here? Who can tell that?
Because you define the variable twice, right? Duplicate.
Duplicate, right?
Yeah.
What is the reason? Because I already declared this, right? So now I cannot, I can use that, but I cannot redeclare that variable, right? I already declared, so I have to take out this int from here, or I can change this x to, let's say, xx. Now it has no complaint, right?
Question
So,
for you,
yes, I mean,
the previous variable, did you are you out of the bracket? The previous one that we did, up and top. You know
yeah.
how we? Oh, you don't have x. You only have x1. I see that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you thought x here. All right.
Yes.
Yes, good catch. But yes, but we have x1 here. Any other question before we wrap up the session?
Let's just copy. Can you give us time to copy the one that you did lately, the program that you did, the last part?
You can just copy and paste it in.
Oh, I can copy it?
He can copy and paste it for you in the chat.
Oh, okay, yeah. If you do that, copy it in the chat, and we can just.
Oh, this?
The last part, the last one.
This part?
Yeah, the whole thing, yeah.
Okay, sure. So you want me to copy and paste in the chat?
Yes.
Sure. Oh, I can see that some of you already did some chat here. I don't. Okay. All right. Yes, I did. I did that. I can also actually paste it here, as I promised that I'll give this note to you after the session. So let me.
And are you going to send this note on our Google Drive?
Yes, yes. What is my IDE here? Copy and paste. Okay, now you have it. All right. What else? We have 2 minutes. But I can go. I mean, I can spend 10-15 minutes more. But is there any questions from any one of you, or do you want me to explain anything else?
This is going to be our first note on the Google Drive, correct? Because we don't have anything. I mean, I don't have anything there yet. I do see the folder Java Selenium, but I don't have anything. Does everybody else agree?
Yes, I believe. I'm not sure about the. Yes, you should not have anything. Let me actually try. From here, where's my Google Drive? Google Drive. Sign in. I can hear some noise. If you can please mute yourself. Actually, you know what? Let me don't do that. Let me log in from here.
You can send it later. That's fine.
Yes, I can send it later, but I believe there are some folder, right? I mean, organized already. So yes, it should be under. So what folder you have right now?
Java
You have
Selenium, Java
so,
Selenium under
okay.
class note.
So inside of Java, I will create a directory called group session, and inside of group session, I will create the series of some directories named by the date. Under that date, I will provide this note. Is that sounds good?
Yes, great. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. All right, no problem. And please suggest me how to improve, what else you want, or what to know, what to do. I mean, so that I can also follow you guys. All right. Okay. So, is there any other question or concern before we wrap the session? Anything else? If not, then we have a group session again before the class, right? So I believe that is on today's Tuesday, on Thursday.
Yeah,
So
same
Thursday
time.
again we have to. Okay, so that's funny, right? So basically, you didn't get chance to cover a lot in the class because we had only one class, right? And that was the starting class. So if you guys want, I can show you more stuff, or we can simply go over whatever we did today. I mean that's pretty much it, and if you want, I can show you some more stuff.
Hey, question: are you taking the class on Saturday? Hello?
Am I what?
Are you taking class on Saturday?
No, I am. Okay, so we have a parallel session. I am taking, so whenever you do class on Saturday, there is another class going on. So I am instructor for that session. So I'm teaching that session, Java, but you will get, I mean, Brother Tarek.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Because Mr. Tariq Hassan told us that he's not going to do class on Saturday. So he's going to resume class on Sunday. Yeah.
Okay, that I am not sure. So I mean, don't ask me then. Please ask. I mean, just check, and Brother Murshid will let you guys know.
Okay,
I mean, don't believe me. No problem. Any other question or concern?
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Then I'll see you guys on Thursday at 8 p.m. Inshallah.
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 All right. Good night.
Just add. It's going to be like the Maghrib time. I don't know.
All right. Sure. Thank you. Good night.